Slung qualifiers especially have looked good. But let's get back into the draft now. EDG swapping back to the blue side. They'll ban Echo and Yasuo once more. And there's the same bans from IG, I think. Callista and Fizz going to be their first two.
So the last time EDG did ban Fiora, we'll see if they commit on that or if they feel like they have the direct answer in that Darius pick that Amazing J debuted.
Yeah, very big question here, but they don't go for that at all.
I like this ban a lot, actually. Blue side Azir ban.
Yeah.
Again, it's speaking to what Invictus Gaming did from blue side, the priority pick. We're either getting Gangplank or we're getting Fiora.
But Azir is still such a strong pick that you don't want to let it fall through the draft late. So what's your solution? You have to ban it on blue side, which is a smart adaptation there. First from IG and now from EDG. Gangplank banned by IG and the instant Fiora
but this
from
is
EDG.
exactly what it sets up. So the priority pick in game number 1 was the Azir. They ban it. Now if Invictus Gaming banned the Gangplank, it means that for sure you get the superior matchup in the top lane. We'll see if maybe Zatai looks towards Darius as the option to that, since that's what Amazing J picked up, but it's very smart adaptation. I'm glad to see the Gangplank finally taken away, though.
I think so too.
I think the most important part is that Gangplank being taken away, and though you had the option of giving them the Gangplank picking the Fiora, it's very evident that you don't want to give them the Gangplank, and you have to give them Fiora then, right? So the response from Zatai is going to be super important right now. What can he actually play that will be able to at least match the carry potential of a Fiora?
Well, probably not going to find out in this particular rotation of the draft, but relatively soon, I imagine. Looks like Braum and Elise are the two champions being considered by IG. I like the takeaway from Clearlove. There's the Braum,
Rek'Sai
and there's the Elise,
open.
but Rek'Sai is open, yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually sort of surprised Kakao didn't take it, as Pawn insta-locks Lulu. They're almost running IG's comp back against them. I wonder if Clearlove just takes the Rek'Sai here as well. Maybe they take Kog'Maw if that's what they want.
It's either Rek'Sai or Gragas.
I don't think, like, they could prioritize an AD carry if they wanted to.
Because they don't necessarily have to rotate the jungler since you already see Elise.
Yeah, exactly.
Sivir maybe? If they want it? What? Oh, support. That would make sense too. I'm like, what is going on? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Jungle Annie.
30 seconds, Jungle Annie. As they do already have the Lulu. And again, we saw this call from IG. Maybe a different setup from EDG coming, but Lulu, Fiora, enable that big, scary late game carry.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? This Morgana pick, if they lock this in, really good, right? Because the option of Ashe is still going to be there for Kid and Kitties. They could run the Braum Ashe style of bot lane and just be the engage tool for their team. Morgana denies that immediately. They don't need to go for wall
Oh my god.
There it is.
There's the Clearlove Skarner.
Finally, we can all breathe a sigh of relief that we all know it exists, and we can confirm we're on 5.16.
Yep, Clearlove knows it exists as well. He's apparently on stream, been very vocal about the power of this champion. Curious to see him not pull it out until now, though. But there it is. The 5.16 Skarner finally shows up today.
We've seen the Darius, the Fiora, the Gangplank. All we need is Mordekaiser. Come on.
Garen is the two missing.
This team comp could run Mordekaiser Leona bot lane.
Look at the synergy between
I'm just
Lulu
saying,
and Skarner.
Like, do this to me.
That's insane. The whimsy on the Skarner wiggle on top of one of his little shrines. That guy's going to be zooming.
Yeah, Turbo Skarner, a classic.
Cruising for a bruising.
Certainly. With a strong ultimate. Good stun there as well from the E, the Fracture. For me, I feel like we haven't seen a lot of Skarner just because it's difficult to play. Like, where does it slot into competitive? For me, Lulu Skarner is the obvious synergy, so I like that EDG have it. But IG, going to keep it nice and safe and simple. Orianna, Kog'Maw are their third and fourth.
Now, simple, yes. Safe, no.
Okay.
It's a Skarner Lulu, and you just picked Kog'Maw. So
That's true.
Zippy.
This is like... They should lock in Morgana, because this is old school, like throwback to when Skarner was a thing earlier in the year. Because the team comp that you would always run, it was Morgana with Skarner, because there's nothing that could stop you. If you go Righteous Glory, you get a black shield, and you pull them back to your team. Add in the Lulu, and then you just pull them back really fast.
More Skarner? Well, maybe. Maker considering the rest of his options.
I feel like it should be.
We've got Fiora in there as well, don't forget. So if they do get a pick onto a target, they can ult it, do extra damage, and then fight 5v4 over the Fiora ultimate. So lots of cool stuff going on. But what do EDG want to do? They need a bottom lane by the looks of things. Pawn should be on the Lulu, Fiora there, and of course the Skarner for Clearlove. There's the Twitch for Deft as a big classic pick. And Mako, it's not Morgana, he's going to keep it aggressive on the Annie.
Yeah. Compensating for the Twitch, I guess, in laning phase. Says to me more so lane swap, because it's a Twitch and an Annie and their laning phase is not ideal. But there's a lot of questions still to be raised.
Well, there's Lysandra in the top lane.
That's one of them.
Welcome back to the first half of this year.
So I really want to talk about Lysandra on purple side in particular. I love Lysandra on purple side as opposed to blue. Now, obviously, the map is differently shaped, and when you're in top lane, it's if this is Fiora Lysandra on the top side, purple Lysandra has like a ramp, a landing strip, perfect for her ultimate. When you look to dive a Fiora underneath her tower, there's very little space to run just because the surface area of her ult will cover that much more room. Likewise, the escape pathing for Lysandra on purple side is so much more expansive than on blue side. She's got 3 different angles that she can leave with her frozen claw.
Yeah.
So overall, it's been a while, Liz. Great to see you.
Yeah, and I mean, look, we've seen a lot of Fiora top laners on both these teams really throwing down the Fiora gauntlet, but we've had a Darius answer in game 1, and this time Zatai's counter pick is Lysandra.
And Lysandra heals in this patch when you self-cast
That's true.
the ultimate. Keep that one in mind. So can basically do a mini personal Fiora ultimate on yourself.
Yep, for more bigger and better plays. Really cool comps here between these two. No punches being pulled in the best of 5, you have to think, as we're going to go through the matchups. Top lane, the fun starts here. Amazing J this time on the Fiora, and Zatai's got Lysandra.
Dangerous, dangerous top lane.
I'm so ready for 5.16 Skarner, though.
Clear Love Skarner, of all things, versus Cacao Zolise. Clear Love's usually slow on the uptake. Not today, apparently, as Pawn back on a trusty champ in Lulu. As Rookie doing the same there on Orianna. Deft, also a classic one there on his Twitch, but Kid's going to have the nice, powerful Kog'Maw.
The fact that we've seen both Deft's Kog'Maw and now his Twitch back-to-back is such a treat. And finishing it up, it's going to be support Kitties versus Mako, Annie versus Braum.
And the Mako Annie, legendary in the first half of this year. We'll have to see what EDG do with this comp. And once again, you look at these junglers, early pressure from Cacao, and who knows what from 5.16 Skarner.
Early everything
Yeah.
from Skarner. He's just so strong.
Well, we'll see how strong he is. Let's get onto the rift for game number 3. And here we are, onto the rift with a couple of crystals now
Cat
aligning the landscape.
Okay.
Skarner has been picked for the first time today on 5.16.
If you've been fortunate enough never to run into this in solo queue, this is how this works. So these little crystal things, you can cap them, and either team can cap them. And what they offer for Skarner is some temporary vision, but more importantly, movement speed when he wiggles across them. So definitely key to make sure.
Dominion. It's fast and fun.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about this change, is the flavor of Skarner. The Crystal Scar Scorpion, effectively bringing mini Dominion
the Crystal
to the rift.
Skarner.
Oh my god, we've done it. We've solved the law.
How did that take so long?
Well, you can see he's hanging out in his little crystal. Probably going to pop it. I'm not sure how long the vision lasts. It doesn't last very long, but I'm probably going to make sure that he has enough of a burst of vision to make sure when he goes to his first buff,
Pops out
it's
to
all
max
good.
and then reduces
Pretty quickly.
reasonably quickly, to being nothing.
And there you go, 132.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Huge
wiggle.
amount of vision, but as you can see, shrinking nice and quickly as Clear Love is going to be doing a lot of wiggling this game.
Skarner is my favorite champion. I think he's the cutest thing imaginable when he procs his W and he just like skips. Oh, it's so cute.
Well, we'll see how much top skipping and adorable impaling he can do this particular game. Good crystal management here from EDG. Like to see this team play element as well as Amazing J and Clear Love. Going to start off the jungle here on the red buff.
Should also be noted that we have our 2v2 dual lanes moving up into the top side. So really what this is going to change, because effectively you're still getting your 2v2, so Twitch is still, has Annie to kind of supplement his lane phase, but it's still fairly weak, is it changes dragon control and how these teams approach it. And the big thing for Invictus is that they have a lease. So they don't lose as much dragon control and pressure as, say, EDG do. That said, Skarner's a god, so maybe they don't lose anything.
Both mid laners also running cleanse at the moment, so low impact control mage style of laning going to happen in the middle lane, and upside down lanes, but very standard.
It also hurts Lysandra. I just gave the speech about purple side Lysandra. Naturally, she's now technically on the opposite mirrored side, so doesn't get the same sort of escape route that she would from the top lane with her Frozen Claw.
See how it develops though in the lane. Should be just fine here in Zatai's counter pick. We'll get the 1v1 lane at least. Have a lot of potential for Fiora outplays with Riposte, but Clearlove just going to start things off calmly, going to take away the Scuttlecrab, who's getting absolutely butchered as
Now
he
he's going
smites
to
it
see
away.
if the red buff's clear if he wants to. Doesn't want to.
Doesn't pop that shrine.
Super
Going to wiggle over to the blue
He's
buff
got a
instead to
super
finish
wiggle.
this first.
Oh my goodness, I'm so ready for the super whimsy wiggle.
I don't know anyone's ready for that. That is so much move speed.
With a righteous glory, just boop.
There are diminishing returns, but it takes a little while as Deft and Mako teaming up. I mean, the more even, that Deft can keep this lane, the better. Because like you mentioned, Frost, not ideal for Twitch as far as standard lane matchups go. But we've seen Twitch be effective before. Amazing J with a good bit of poke, but Zatai, nice W to cancel that off.
I just don't understand the
counter pick, yeah.
It's not a counter pick. Like, I can see the merit behind the ultimate usage of Lissandra, and I can
I
see
completely agree.
how it can deny a Fiora ultimate, but they're just going to dive right now.
Smart dive here. Amazing J does not quite get the vital. Good stun there as well. But Amazing J will get out of it. Is that a pause?
Yeah,
Nice.
and this is the big thing, as Rusty was just about to touch on the fact that, you know, we saw Amazing J as he walked up to Zatai just riposte the...
Riposte the stun, yeah.
Yeah, and
It's all that matters.
So,
They're coming back though, but Amazing J knows once more.
round 2.
Still has his flash. Just needs to keep out of melee range. They're going to go dive back in again. Amazing J once more. Gonna have to riposte out. Does get some damage block. Now has to flash. They're going to come back down. Zatai taking damage. Cacao will tank back again. Zatai barely lives. And first blood goes to Cacao.
That was really unfortunate for Amazing J. I feel like he actually did dodge the cocoon with the Q, or was the attempt there, but unfortunately, childbearing hips.
Well,
gotta watch the hitbox.
Stole a red buff, I believe, as a result. So, actually, maybe not. I think
No, the
Cacao had
red
it.
buff was already long gone. The big thing is just vision now. He's got, obviously, you can see on the mini-map that he's capped all of his Dominion little shrines there. But again, the dive that was actually executed quite well. If you look at Lissandra, you look at Elise as the champions. They can dive everything so exceptionally easy because of turret juggle. My biggest question mark was the use of the claw. I thought because they just used the repel on the Elise, they were going to then use Lissandra to tank the turret and claw her way out to safety. Clawed at the Fiora to secure the kill and was just the tiniest amount of distance away from dying to that turret and getting a trade. But they played that to the pixel.
Certainly did. This Amazing J is actually top lane now. Giddies is low. But Amazing J 1v2, soon to be 1v3. With Zatai joining up, but kind of like we expected. Doesn't really fancy the 2v2 lane. Does Twitch, so he'll back away, start catching back up on CS, but Amazing J cannot do anything in this top lane.
This should give EDG the window to pull the trigger and look towards that dragon, especially with rookie backing, but instead, oh, there they go.
3-man recall.
Now it's ping.
They see everyone but Zatai leave. He's
They're
going
not
to stay
able
up
to,
here.
yeah. The jungler, Clearlove, is now going to the top side of the map, and they couldn't have immediately pulled the trigger. I don't think they had knowledge on...
Yeah, I think it's the fact that they didn't see where Cacao was.
Too many members were missing from Invictus Gaming. So they don't pull the trigger, they just get control of that bottom lane. They push it out immediately and try and find some small advantages wherever they can. They cannot commit to the dragon. It was a big risk.
Yeah, might start swapping back actually as Clearlove racing up towards the top side. Cacao is here. He's not going to pull the trigger just yet. Pawn's coming up as well. They're actually happy to fight. Lissandra trying to get away. Will claw herself to safety. And Cacao may be cut off now as Pawn could be in trouble. Does eat a cocoon. Orianna here as well. Rookie's got the shockwave. Wild Growth is popped. Repel is there. Cacao moves out of the way. Zatai gonna flash forward. Huge cleanse flash there from Pawn as Clearlove wants to chase it down, but he's tanking too much damage.
Could die.
Amazing J continues to go in. E there for damage. Moves around the side. Mako flashes in with the stun. I'm gonna clean up Lissandra.
EDG just then, for no particular reason, Zatai decides to go over that wall and commit to the claw.
I don't think he was expecting Mako to be there. Surprise!
But yes, Mako did make his way. Rookie saved the shockwave. That was big because the one time he actually pulled the trigger on the shockwave was enough to save Cacao's life, as well as force the flash away from Pawn. So smart play from the Orianna, the saving grace of that entire trade. Just unlucky that Zatai found himself a wandering Mako.
Yep, tried to flank there and was in fact the one getting flanked. So good kill there for Mako as the gold evens back up. Amazing J having a bit of trouble 1v1 versus Kid, who's got that Sheen. And Kiddies will return to the lane, so it's not getting any better. Amazing J, 50 CS is actually quite, sorry, 33 CS, not that great. They're keeping up relatively well with Zatai. It's Twitch that's actually caught up relatively well as a result.
I think the biggest discrepancy you have to note comes down to the junglers. And the fact that Skarner is so effectively clearing right now. But the kill should even out the relative gold. The emphasis on vision, though, from Cacao is going to play into the minds of EDG if they can actually commit to objectives.
Well, we'll have to see how it pans out. As 8 minutes have passed in this game. Been a lot of swaps back and forth. I think at least 3 as far as those swaps go. And you can tell they need to get Twitch through the awkward early stages of his lane phase. And Kid having a fun old time. And for me, that maybe leads some worry to Amazing J. He's a big carry player known for a lot of 1v1s and flashy plays. Going to struggle with the early farm right now.
Yeah.
And Lissandra's just much happier in her 1v2, as you can see.
Yeah, so both champions, range obviously gives you that advantage in a 1v2 scenario. The pressure that is being put out by Mako and Deft is not that exceptionally high. Braum, more so a brute force style of support, so it can 100% pressure you. Tower shots are nothing to Braum. That's the big difference between these two. Lissandra is naturally pushing though, so we'll start to get frozen on, zoned away from a lot of farm, so you'll find that neither of them really get the farm that they're looking for.
Sato does have an edge right now. Kid continues to push down. Amazing J has actually left the bottom lane to do some jungling, I think, as Clearlove's trying to get jungle farm on the top side. Pawn got a chalice done now in the mid lane, actually pretty even on CS with Rookie, who's got a tier built early into that with a Fiendish Codex. So
We got a dive from the top lane.
certainly do. Skarner's lining it up. Mako there as well, does have level 6. They're going to chase all the way down, but Zatai just moving his way up as Cacal's already started dragging.
Meanwhile, in response, you have so many resources from EDG committed to that top lane, forcing Zatai out. They'll surely get this top tier tower, but you're losing Dragon and bottom tier tower.
Might even lose a second. Cacao will get the Dragon. And Idea not done on the pushing front. Cacao doesn't even use his smite, knows he doesn't have to, but tanks a bit of extra damage. And Deft is pretty slow taking out this tower. Twitch, not that great at taking towers as a general rule. Amazing J will make it to the bottom lane to defend that tower in time, and Deft should be able to get this one of those. The tide's returning.
Ooh.
Might be just in time to save it.
Is level 7.
Deft was trying to deny as many minions as possible.
Yeah,
Use the
to ult.
ultimate to secure the turret to go down. So EDG, they're not going to look to fight for another minute or so anyway. Still waiting for an item to be completed on the Twitch before they consider doing so. No assassinations are really possible until further notice. But a lot of control from EDG right now.
My favorite use of Twitch Ultimate, though. The most underused option, probably with good reason. But does use it to siege up a tower.
Can he
and stay
still-
for the
Used
farm.
to not hit them.
Can he
Really?
still use, like if he stands to the side of the Nexus towers, can he still hit both of them if he's an ultimate?
I'm not sure. That sounds great, though.
It used to be broken, but I don't know if they've changed it since. Well, I guess we'll see when this game ends.
I would imagine so. I hope so.
I hope so, too.
That's assuming that the Twitch hits the next turret.
Pawn in the mid lane
See, it was a
now.
slight.
Yeah.
He caught it though.
They're increasing still.
Rookie is
We know-
absurdly aggressive
Yeah.
right now in this Orianna. He always plays like this as Ori. More often than not, you will see him pushing them under their turret and harassing them under their turret. He doesn't necessarily even want to kill because it's a control mage with a cleanse. Very hard to kill when you have a cleanse yourself. But if you can keep Pawn down, keep him under that turret, and just
Lock
keep
him
him
down.
struggling, it will bring pressure from Clearlove and lock him down, yeah.
That's, I guess, been the thing for me, is we've seen Rookie do this at least one other time. I think on his Lulu game, he was bullying pretty aggressively there against the gangplank and almost got the tower down. We've not seen Clearlove go mid. Like, he's on Skarner, he's level 6,
That Twitch is
but he's focusing a lot on the other sides of the map.
It is a very big issue that we haven't seen his ultimate.
Sandra's
Oh,
here.
Mako, huge ult. But Lissandra's coming in. Kid's almost dead. He will die as Deft gets ulted up. He might just live. The Ignite's going to take him out, though. Kitties will get the next one, but Zatai gets the second. Skarner's got a double. Might be 3 as Kitties is absolutely dead now as well. Does get to the minions, but he's going to go down. Who's going to get it? None but Amazing J.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane,
Looking for a dive, but a good polymorph there. Cacao will keep himself safe at this tower. Not long for this world.
Invictus Gaming trying to make a trade for the scenario that just occurred in that bottom lane, but this Skarner is well and truly online. He has started to scale, and this is a scary predicament for Invictus.
Mako.
Or is it?
In
There we
trouble.
go.
Actually dead now. Pawn comes back in, but Rookie did use his ulti. It actually took out the Annie. got himself picked off.
The thing that I was just going to comment on is the fact that ClearLove's ultimate have been online for a very long time. And typically, like Vi with Skarner, as soon as that ultimate's up, you use it.
Deft on the rookie now. Doesn't have his ulti. No, he does. He pops it out there. Pawn running in. Deft needs one more shot. Doesn't have it. Kitty's not going to block these shots off. And Rookie, lucky to be alive, but he does live.
Manages to get out with his life, but EDG, Deft is putting down that pressure. Hasn't even finished the Blade of the Ruined King. Didn't use his cutlass. Pastry time.
Yeah, and Rookie walked away with 38 HP.
Didn't use his cutlass.
Would have died. Absolutely would have died.
Unlucky, though. All things considered, they did disengage really well here in Invictus Gaming. They make a trade. They try their very best to make trades, but EDG are the ones who are in control right now, even though the gold is exactly the same.
I feel like we've seen this a little with Twitch. Imps loves Twitch, obviously. Plays it quite a lot. And I feel like we saw the same thing when he played it into Brom for the first time, where unless you're like crazy far ahead or have excellent flank positioning, you're just going to ult into Brom for most of your ultimate and just not do the same damage that you want to.
Yeah.
It's one of the risks that you take, taking Twitch into Brom.
Certainly is. As tower does fall, Kid's able to wander in and get a bit of gold for himself, actually. Deft going to keep shooting down some creeps. He's working on the Blade. He's almost there. And ClearLove, with that extra gold, he's got a very quick Aegis online already.
That is super quick.
Yeah.
Almost like Skarner quick.
Well, yeah, almost. He wiggled his way to an Aegis. Both junglers are huge right now. 2-0-2 and 2-0-0. They've got the kills for their team. So it's going to be on the back of ClearLove or Cacao to make something happen from here on out. The rest of the team will be able to facilitate that quite well if you consider Orianna mid, Lissandra top lane, and Braum bot lane.
And Lulu mid, of course, as well for EDG.
Orianna has a tier.
Yep.
When did he get that?
After finish
Okay,
credits.
so it was...
Oh, first time.
Okay. I just wanted to check the timing on it.
Pretty early. You're going to be nice and charged up there as Pawn has to play a bit more careful now in that mid lane, but we'll clean out the creeps pretty safely. And Amazing J, similar sort of story. No tower there as a tie. Keeps those minions pretty far back. And again, between those dragons, just a lot of farming, but 40 seconds, we'll have that major buff spawn once again.
Question will be if EDG set up to fight for this one. Now, Deft does have his Blade of the Ruined King finally online, so assassination and pick potential unlocked there, but, you know, are they going to decide that they're strong enough to meet IG in a 5v5?
Good pink ward down from Deft. We'll see IG's same pink ward and take it out. He's back to the bottom lane, going to start clearing those creeps. 15 seconds left.
They don't have teleport, whereas Zatai does have TP up and available on Lissandra. Fiora does not.
Yeah, so we'd wager if they want to go for the dragon immediately, they would walk the Fiora down. So
right now.
They aren't, which indicates that they don't want to do that. And Invictus Gaming are going to be the ones with control. So the potential fight, very risky here for Edward Gaming if they want to go for it.
If they can stall this dragon out, though, for another 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, EDG, I like this. Sitting on that pink ward. Need the Lulu with the rest of them to really speed one of those initiation tools in. Do walk past a ward, though, so IG have plenty of knowledge about what's happening here. So they'll just clear some jungle in the meantime. Again, neither team willing to fully commit to what could be a big 5v5 team fight.
But IG have the advantage here because they have the cooldown advantage on their top laner, so I honestly feel like, again, yeah, there we go, Cacao, starting up the dragon. IG should force this while they have the window available.
Well, got to buy time for that teleport.
That means they were waiting on Zatai's flash, not his teleport. Is that just pop for availability as Cacao initiate on the dragon? So making sure their top laner was as strong as possible for this fight, but the fight, of course, never comes to fruition. Smartly from EDG knowing there was no way.
Yeah, an Amazing Days teleport. About 10 seconds off when that dragon got started, I think. Maybe a little longer. So they're actually going to go back in. Zatai does get ulted up by Fiora. The challenge is issued, but he'll speed away. Not quite. Just joking. But Zatai's safe. Had the ulti as well. It's always going to be okay.
But the idea was there. He had the option. He just didn't want to do it.
Well, perfectly safe there. As Amazing J spots Cacao and runs back away. This tower looking to fall now as well. Amazing J struggling to find farm. He is 35 CS and counting down.
A lot of priority goes towards the Twitch, though, in any Twitch comp. So ensuring that he gets farm, the rest doesn't matter. So for the most part, even though a lot of focus hasn't been where the Twitch is, they're not focusing where Amazing J is, because Clear Love needs to be threatening in areas that the Twitch could be.
And again, the idea of the Fiora Lulu composition is to add superficial tankiness or pseudo tanks to your team. So Fiora's position here isn't to slaughter and murder the enemy team, although that's an added bonus.
It'll be to split push mostly.
Exactly.
Looking towards that Tiamat. It's a good tool for that particular action. As Pawn, level 12. Still Kurian creeps out, working on his next item. He'll go back and spend some of that cash on Avarice Blade now for Deft. Working on a nice quick mid-game spike. Going to go that purple build, Blade of the Ruined King, into Yomu's Ghost Blade.
On the other side, though, we do have the Trinity Force up and online for Kid and this Kog'Maw. So this is IG. They need to pull the trigger and start sieging around the map with this power spike.
You can see Amazing J's held on to that turret. Fair enough for the first time in a couple minutes, or a minute and a half or so. But again, it feels like this whole series, honestly, we've just been waiting between Dragon Spawns. These teams do not want to take risks.
It's not that bad for Invictus Gaming. They've got a scaling item build on the
They need to go top right now.
Yeah. It's the only free turret, so to speak. So it's definitely doable. The Dragon no longer available. There's a lot of, I guess there's options here for Invictus Gaming. EDG's options are to split push with Amazing J and try not to die too much, because they want the Twitch to assassinate people. They want Clear Love to pick people off. But until they control the vision, which, as you can see, they don't have a whole lot of control of, they can't make those picks yet.
Certainly not. As Pawn and Clear Love, I like this.
Well, they've got control of where the pinks are. And that's one thing that EDG have been doing really well.
Waiting for someone to walk by, preferably Rookie, I would imagine, but you're not going to fall for that one. And Pawn going to move his way back out of the lane. Back out of the front, going into the lane.
This Skarner ultimate has been sitting online for so long. This is
Used it once.
This is a massive misstep from EDG. Anytime this ult is up, it needs to be used. It's like Assault and Battery. There's no reason that Vi should be jungling with her ultimate up.
This is my big question, though, as to why they've gone for the Annie. I can understand what it does for the team comp. They want that reliable engage tool. But if you put all of your effort towards the Skarner, your engage is reliable, because nothing can stop that from happening.
Well, Mako does have tools for that. Got the Makako Tabe special. Mobility boots with that distortion enchant nice and quick. But again, I feel like EDG is waiting for Farm. Kid actually going to get ambushed. Damage is good. Mako finds the stun, but Kitty's great flash there from Deft. But Kid is looking to live now. Kitty's the next one under fire will go down, but Kakao is here. Amazing. Oh, sorry, that's the tie here as well. Ult onto Deft for the kill. Now Clear Love going to look for the ulti. Finds the tie. Damage is good. It's huge as Mako gets that kill.
And that right there is what EDG can do if they engage. Deft, of course, flashing the Braum unbreakable. Rookie not there in time. Had made his way here now, but Pawn was there way too soon. So very clinically done here from EDG. They dismantle their opponents, take down the turret, and finally they've started to find their way into this game much more effectively than it otherwise would have been.
We'll see if they're just as proactive within the next minute and 45 seconds for that Dragon coming up, or if we're going to see another lull come out of play, but I feel like you're right. Play the 5v5. EDG are strong enough at this point.
And it's engaging around the one lane they have that can reliably engage again.
And likewise, I mean, fighting on the Dragon is so key to them if they're able to get control of their crystal point. You'd have a massive movement speed buff right there. Likewise, if you had the Scuttle Crab available. We talked about the Super Vroom coming out of Skarner and his Super Wiggle.
Yeah.
Gonna have to get some Super Wiggle on, as we do that.
Get your wiggle on.
As an Australian, the phrase Super Wiggle,
wiggle.
is interesting.
I just think of that cat.
Well, there he is. Minute 2.
His little butt is so cute. Just look at him.
He's a tail. He's a scorpion.
Ah, he's adorable.
Certainly is. This Pawn's going to get himself blue buff. Deft almost got that Ghost Blade. Actually might go back and get it now, which would be nice timing. Does have almost enough gold, I think. As they're looking around the Baron, just need to get that vision down. EDG, no. 22 minutes in, you need to ward Baron.
Wiggle enthusiasts are controlling the camera right now.
We don't care about First Blood, but the wiggle, we got that on lock.
Something that is like really important right now for this game is the difference in farm between the top laners, which is translated to a big difference in gold. And this doesn't matter for Amazing J and EDG, because they're going to have him split push all the time anyway. But this matters a lot for Invictus Gaming, and Zatai is going to be huge. He's working on that zone use, and that's going to be their big go point.
Jeff got tagged. He has to pop the Ghost Blade to run. Ambush is there as well. He will be safe, but he doesn't have that Ghost Blade for about 40 more seconds.
Dragon is going to spawn right now. Amazing J again without teleport and a cross map, and EDG just get out postured. IG taking another free objective.
No steal there. IG get Dragon number 3, and that's starting to find a big opening in this game. EDG going to try and shove down mid, but they don't quite have it. Pawn's got to do a lot of autos to get about the rest of that turret health down. And the gold's even, but the Dragons are not, and that's the big opening for IG.
And this is the thing, you know, when we saw the Skarner get locked in on 5.16, this is not the oppressive pick that we expected to come out of Skarner.
Yeah, no oppression whatsoever, but I feel like, again, this comes back a lot to the top laners and what they can actually provide for their team right now. Is this Fiora cannot provide anything. The best part about the team fighting with Fiora is that Skarner can pull back someone, and Amazing J can ult them. If that person dies, they're dying on top of your entire team, which is then going to get the Fiora ultimate passive and heal everybody ever back to full health. So there's a lot of positives to what the Fiora can provide in a team fight, but when you're this far behind the Lissandra, you're providing nothing, because Zatai is providing more.
And you can see Amazing J just collecting far more he can, trying to get stronger, but not the impactful pick that EDG might have wanted. And they're just, again, not being very proactive, trusting in the scaling. Pawn's got his death cap. Def's getting stronger, but...
Exactly. That's the big thing, and you underlined it perfectly right there. So yeah, EDG, they're not being as proactive as they can be with these big cooldowns they have available, the Tivers, the Whimsy, the Skarner ultimate, but they do have the scaling on their side. Yeah, you're facing across from Kog'Maw Orianna, which is effectively the pseudo-Lulu Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
But as long as this Twitch rat-a-tat-tat doesn't go straight into Kitty's Braum ultimate, you're looking fine late game.
Yeah, and it feels like playing with confidence towards that later stage where they think they can out-teamfight their opponents. So very important that they do execute on that right, because it's a big risk against the side that, as you mentioned, scale very well themselves.
And again, submarine comp. In an interview, EDG said that they love playing around Lulu just because of Lulu's ability to isolate targets in elongated fights. So we've seen Pawn play on Lulu. I think the last time that he did that, it was the most incredible Lulu play we've ever seen. Expect a similar performance, especially after Rookie already set the bar. He threw down the Lulu gauntlet.
That's the best part about Skarner with EDG as well, is it plays to that play style really exceptionally strong.
Ooh, deft.
He wants it.
He does, but he's not going to find it. I want to ask you for us, King. I do have a bit of a lull in this game. I almost feel like these last two games have been a regression for EDG.
Of
I feel like
2014
the spirit
EDG?
of Name is strong and deft today.
Yes.
We've got the Blade first Kog'Maw. We've got Twitch. Honestly, even in game one, they almost felt like they were sitting on their late game and trying to find a way back into that game, and they almost did, taking the first one off IG. IG were able to clutch it out as Def going straight in onto Kid, but the Braum ulti's there. Def doesn't have enough for it yet. He's going to make it close, though, but he'll get cocooned. Going to get the tower, though. The ulti's still poking away. It runs out, but he does get it. It's poor No Mako that cleans up the kill.
Playing around where Rookie is not, essentially, right there, is that he couldn't actually be there, impact that fight, and Twitch is freely able to then go in. There are 3 members that are scary from Invictus Gaming, but if it's just the bot lane that is available, Def does not care in the slightest, and that's exactly what he does right there. He can pop all of his spells and just go in. The most important factor to this is that Kog'Maw has had to itemize a QSS. Not second, but 2.5 items. 1.5 items, sorry. Has not gone for the Blade of the Ruined King first, because he needs it to get away from Skarner. If he doesn't have that QSS, he is dead.
And Def needs it as well, but he's already got those 2 items. So Lissandra ulti not as scary. Cocoon, random cocoons, Braum Q. There's just so much you need to dodge here. QSS is fast becoming the 3rd item of choice for AD carries, and you can see Kid needs it even earlier than that, but you're right. Does create a bit of a mini power trough there for IG's bottom lane. And once again, we're back in a very even game. There's not even 1,000 gold between these two teams. And it's IG that look in a minute 40's time to say, you know what, we don't care. We're going to wait for Dragon number 5, because number 4 is very quickly on the way.
Yeah, that's going to be the most important factor, I think, coming into this next dragon.
They have to fight for this.
Yeah.
EDG can't afford to continue to give away these dragons, especially when, again, Skarner works so well on fighting on top of these dragon pits, and you have a lot of versatility coming out of the EDG comp. It's got great team fight potential just because you have so much line damage that can come out of Twitch and his rat-a-tat-tat, but the pick potential from a Skarner comp, use the ultimate. We shouldn't have only seen this 2 times in a 27-minute game.
Oh my god, Def.
He's going on to Rookie, pops the ultimate out. Kiddies is there again. Every time. Actually almost killed Kiddies every time he wants to go in.
Mako wants it as well, but again, it's on the back of this bottom lane of EDG. If they make anything happen at all, it is because the Twitch is picking someone or the Annie is dropping the tibbers on their face. That's the only 2 options they genuinely have besides the speeding up of Vizcana, and they're very hesitant to do so.
Deft is just going in.
Doing his best imp impression.
Yeah, just found Kikau in the jungle and shot him. And that's actually going to give EDG control around the dragon. Skarner's busy clearing walls. Very creative there from EDG Deft.
We'll call that forced control.
Aggressive negotiation.
Yeah. No hostages.
We'll have to be careful though. Mako clears the ward.
This time around, though, Amazing J does have the teleport available, but again, just the difference between what Zatai will offer a team fight versus this Fiora is massive at this point.
EDG have to go very soon though. Ultimate can get cancelled easily by Zatai if Amazing J does not teleport in a comfortable spot. You can see him trying to find when he's going to wander his way down. In EDG, they know they have to do this dragon. They'll pop the Crystal Shrine, and they'll get onto it.
Okay, got our wiggle on. Got our Twitch.
Ulti's back. Oh, Ulti's almost back as well for Deft. EDG are playing very scared around the objective. They'll finally commit to it, but it might be too late. Window closing.
Kid's on the wrong side of this team fight.
Certainly is.
Zatai just got a shop in as well, so he's able to teleport in.
Here it comes.
Porting in right now. Amazing J's going to join, I think.
Yep.
But they have to back up. They need this dragon. Kakau's going to try and take it. Clearlove, can he get it? He actually gets Kakao. They're going to pick him off. And the dragon now open, but EDG, they'd rather have the fight. Deft opens up the ulti, but they'll get the dragon. And now
Fiora.
Amazing J diving in, finds Kitties, gets through the ulti almost, I think, and he's still going as Deft gets a kill. Big shockwave from Rookie. And a 2 kills in a dragon. EDG do what they need to do.
And again, Rookie
Deft.
comes out huge.
Onto Rookie Deft, forcing another flush to tie now. Gonna have to get out of the way. And Pawn flushes in for Kitties. Clearlove forward on the flush as well. Amazing J diving in. Clearlove does get himself killed. A misstep there, but EDG do come out with a win.
Rookie, again, is the spine, the backbone of Invictus Gaming, keeping them alive in the series. First with his Lulu play, but that shockwave saved them from utter disaster. That could have been a clean ace right there. I just love the cute little adaptation. Kakao steps forward to assassinate the dragon with the Q, and immediately Clearlove's like, hey mate, that's fine, come here.
And they killed him. Managed to move the smite off the map
That
in a
was
very
super
aggressive
cute.
way. And then pick up the rest of the fight. And for me, honestly, like Clearlove's been very calculated and very careful with how he uses his ultimate. And surprisingly, a lot of the aggression and a lot of the initiations
On Deft.
are actually coming from Deft.
Yeah, and that's a problem because Kid is misstepping in positioning. He's never there in the right position to put down damage. Deft, even if he is initiating, is putting down more damage than what Kid can do right now. So working out really well for this EDG side. They pick that engaged bot lane. Clearlove can be really particular with when he uses that ultimate because he doesn't need to use it. He can use that as a zoning tool to save people.
Deft, clear out these minions. The IG, though, actually pretty aggressively towards the Baron. There's a blue ward there, but they do spot it. They'll sweep it out, chuck down some more vision of their own. They've got the Scuttlecraps, so they do have some room. But Deft again, constantly ambushing, looking for picks. Actually goes in again, finds the tie, damage is good. It's going to force them away. Huge Ludens, but not quite enough. Shockwave whiffs though, an EDG. That might be the go button.
That has to be the go button right there. That shockwave was not necessary at all. There was no engage following up. That was an attempted counter engage and pick. And there they go, the Baron.
Yeah, they've got Scuttlecrap vision. They'll pop the Shrine. They're going to start the Baron, but Clearlove's going to go in. Kiddies, get over here. No, get stunned instead. Mako, though, huge bear. Goes down there, the damage still good. Amazing J. Gonna dive in, they need to kill Cacao. His wild growth though is gonna go massive, but Repel gonna keep him out of it. And EDG now split on two fronts. Mako, low, huge stun though. And now Deft around the flank. Ult, they're out onto Zatai. Kid gonna get the first kill onto Clearlove. The Fiori ulti not there as Kid firing away. Amazing J dives in, riposte is good, but it's not enough. Rookie barely lives. And EDG lose the fight to the Kid triple.
The big misplay as Invictus Gaming are chasing down EDG was the Fiora ultimate on the Elise and the fact that Cacao denied so much of that in Repel.
They really wanted that kill, but yes, exactly right. That Repel was huge. The Shockwave not even needing, it wasn't available to be used, but they still come out ahead. His Kid actually stepped up and carried. This Baron is a big flight risk. That is, look at this
Death charging in. He's going in straight forward. I think he's got ulti there as well. Pawn did use the ult. Kid, he's going to get the kill. He barely lives. Pawn gets another kill. Polymov's Kid. He needs to stay alive, but Kid's going to mow him down. But they stop the Baron.
They force a re-engage by starting the Baron. But that's not a position you want to find yourself in here in Invictus Gaming, giving away needless lives for nothing in particular.
I just want to say, after Pawn went down, there was immediate assist pings.
Oh my god, he did it.
6 of them.
Twitch did it. He picked off Kog'Maw. Deft! Lucky to live through the passive. Mako's found Zatai. Never mind, Zatai's found Mako. Puts the ulti down. The shield's enough, though. And Zatai doesn't get the kill, and Twitch finds another assassination.
You know, Pawn opened up chat and was like, Deft, you could have done that when I was alive.
It's great. They're going for the Baron. EDG know they have to try and get their window in now. Zatai, no ultimate. Trying to find something in this pit. Mako is so unbelievably low. But EDG do get the Baron. Death cleanses off the damage, and Twitch gets another kill.
That EDG, when they do a Baron, they know they can do that Baron. They take that down with a vengeance. Zatai has the Zonias available, but cannot use it.
Deft is playing out of his mind today. This is incredible. And this guy's supposedly not feeling well.
Sure he isn't.
It is every version of the word sick.
I'm sorry, I've got the fever, and the fever is 80 carry. Seriously, this guy...
Coming down with the carries.
The only thing sick about this guy is the level of play he's exuded today. Absolutely awesome to see Deft play. Not only just this well, but on classic Deft champions as well.
Kog'Maw and his Twitch. Oh, wow.
I'm ready for the jinx. It's coming.
Give it to me.
It was hovered.
It was.
Certainly a point worth considering. Invictus Gaming, though, you look at their team comp, they're not out of it yet.
Certainly not.
But EDG, and let's just say Deft and
Rookie!
friends.
He's just going in. He doesn't care at all. He's got it. Flashes in. No, the locket saves him.
Look at Deft.
Gonna keep going back. Deft now doesn't want to keep going through. Amazing J gonna look for it. Mako lining up the stun. EDG turning up the aggression.
Are we sure this is Deft and not Imp? This guy is playing Jugger Twitch, like just sprinting at people.
Deft just back it in.
Kill Elise.
Elise comes down. Nowhere to go. Flash out from Cacao, but Amazing J gonna get the kill.
It's just a question of who's next right now for Deft, because he's on a rampage. He's moving too fast for the camera to keep up with. Thank you, Lulu.
That guy's nuts.
How they're going to go to the Dragon.
By the way, just to check in, Deft went from whatever 2 items QSF to Infinity Edge and a pickaxe now.
Yeah.
And there's the Dragon as well. EDG going to start to stifle that snowball as well. And you can feel it in the way they're playing. that they're going for the kill very soon.
Yeah, things are ramping up very quickly for EDG.
Here it is.
Mako dives in! Ulti from Clearlove as Zatai's going to be pulled in. Shockwave is good, but Def will miss it. Now Amazing J going to run back in, and Def, he's got no ulti, but he's chasing them down. EDG, a pick in a tower.
You said it, they press the kill switch. They just go. Mako does not hesitate if they find an opportunity. And this is EDG when they're ahead. No hesitation. High-octane League of Legends action.
And Lichbane Ludens for Pawn. He is also doing a monumental amount of damage.
Just the fact that Twitch pops and the Shockwave landed on 4 people. Rookie's been great other than that one whiffed one in the mid lane at hitting these high impact Shockwaves. But as soon as Twitch shows up, everyone flashes away. Everyone's running for their lives.
He has no kills. Rookie is hitting Shockwaves, but his Shockwaves don't do enough damage.
Well, he's got 0 follow-up. If they ever land the Wombo combo of the Shockwave into the Frozen Tomb, it's I don't care if this is a 10K gold deficit or not. That's done and done.
Completely. But then again, really difficult to execute on that when Deft is in your face and separated from the rest
when
of his team.
they're playing so
Fair margin.
proactive.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you can ever put Invictus Gaming on the back foot, their reactive play is so chaotic, and this composition demands so much setup and preparation from them. You need to make sure that your cooldowns are layered correctly.
And all of a sudden, that gold lead that was very close for a long period in this game has ballooned out to 8,000 gold ahead for EDG, who are looking to put the end of this game very swiftly.
Don't think they'll hesitate to dive from here on out. Skarner is big, has that Lulu to boot. So does Twitch. So whichever person decides they want to initiate, they will be boosted in their strength. Oh, the death
as well. Ooh. He found him. That was really nice from Kakao.
There's so much pressure on Kitties right now. Kitties probably has the most important role on his team.
He also
with that
should have
bomb.
went armor because he's the one trying to block the damage that Deft is putting out. But we've seen when Deft actually hits him, Kitties dies. There's no blocking, really.
I mean, Brom's pretty tanky, but there's still a support at the end of the day.
He's stacking magic resistance.
It's almost a 4-item Twitch. That's true. Woodsmail would go a long way in this team comp. IG starting to get some damage into their lanes, though. Got 3 items for Ori, 3 items for Lissandra, but nobody's catching this Twitch right now.
You still see a lot of respect coming out of EDG, you know, not trying to push the envelope on that initial siege up top, just because, again, you're facing across from a wombo combo style of composition. They can't afford to be complacent against Frozen Tomb Shockwave.
They cannot. And like you said, one mistake, we've seen it already in the first game, will cost EDG this game. They have a strong lead, so mistakes somewhat less impactful when you have gold to give away, if you want to think about it that way. But EDG not interested in anything other than a win here in this game. And it's just one game away from a revisit to the World Championships. Honestly, in a roster that is arguably a favorite for that tournament, or at least was when they came back from MSI. Had another great split here in LPL, dominated the regular season in summer, but could not close the deal, losing, of all things, to LGD and then IG to finish 4th for, I think, their lowest placing ever since they became a team, what, 2 years ago?
Yep.
And EDG, they want that mantle back. And they're only going to get it if they do well at Worlds. And to do that, you have to beat IG here.
And time and again, we'll give credit to Rookie because he's playing out of his mind. He's trying so hard to get his team a victory. 404 CS at 40 minutes in this game. He's doing literally everything that he possibly can to get his team in. So you look for that one shockwave, but against a side with magic resistance stacked when he doesn't have that Void Staff completed yet himself, Invictus Gaming are still waiting on that power spike because that is a monumental one.
This would be a completely different game if he wasn't playing support Orianna.
Yeah, if he had a kill. Didn't need a QSS. That's the thing about Skarner as well, is that money that has now been spent into a QSS on both carries
Could have been for penetration.
could have been a finished item. But they need it.
They really do. And Clear Level will still ult somebody, don't worry. Kagao's Banshee is good for one hit.
You know the best part is the QSS has been used more to get rid of Twitch's stacks on his passive than a Skarner ultimate.
Well, given just how much damage this Twitch is doing, I don't think I blame it. It's been another pretty big lull, actually, between these games. But the 4-item Twitch, the 4-item Lulu, and the 4-item Fiora, and the 2.5-item Skarner are certainly ready to fight around with this Baron. EDG do not let go of objectives lightly. They're going to try and make sure they claim this one. Baron is back. Trying to clear that vision.
Amazing J. Causing havoc on the bottom side.
Yeah, I like the diversion there as well as Deft. A little too aggressive. Good shield though from Pawn. They clear the Scuttle Crab now as well. And IG, they know what they want. It's just a question of can they stop it.
Really don't know if they
Look
can.
at how
Deft
quick he is.
So fast.
I'm sad. I was so ready for the wiggle, turbo wiggles. Instead, it's Twitch.
Damn it, Deft in the center of attention. Zatai and Amazing J.
Oh, Amazing J's going in. Good snare. Good flash. Amazing J still chasing though. He might die. Orianna's there. Great riposte. But he'll still get picked off.
That should be Baron though. Immediately they walk over there.
Indecisive.
They're going to look for a pick. Kitties is flashing instantly.
Wow.
There's the wiggle.
That was
0 to
the
60.
juiciest wiggle ever. That was so fast.
That was. But IG, 5v4 right now around this Baron. Rookie, good shield.
They need to be careful here, EDG.
Look
They're
at how
missing
fast
a
he
member.
is.
Love pops the Banshees. Deft's going into the flank. He's going to find Kitties. He pops a couple shots in.
Oh, here comes the teleport. No, he's backing and looking for it.
So they've got the inside tracker in Victus Gaming. EDG need to respond or they'll start losing towers. They haven't committed to a Baron. They've spent way too long.
And Satai is in base looking for a flank.
They only need 25 seconds on Amazing J, though. Deft is ambushing his way in. But IG will get the tower. They'll capture this point as well, and Dragon is back up. Don't forget, IG still have those 3 dragons, so this trade is tricky. And IG aren't going to let them have it. They'll go straight back to Baron.
Unless it is Dragon 5, the trade is not worth. And EDG again, here goes Deft.
Deft sneaking in. Kakao takes massive damage. It's Clear Love. Now caught out, gets stunned. Cocoon as well.
Teleport.
Amazing J's going to pour it in now.
Oh.
And the ulti's out from Braun. Mako's looking for something. He's found a stun. Zatai, the next target. They grab it with Clear Love. Deft going to go in. Huge shockwave, though, as Deft flashes out. Pawn goes out the other way, and they just don't have enough. These carries, they're dead. Deft does go down. IG!
Invictus Gaming out of the jaws of defeat. They just win a team fight in the most convincing manner they possibly could have. Deft did not have the ambush available. That was used at the beginning. The Skarner gets caught, and Amazing J does nothing in that fight because he cannot. He focuses Zatai, but Zatai lives.
We talked about this in the Champion Select. You know, you brought up the fact that Morgana was hover, that she would be a perfect answer to assist a Skarner composition. And over again, Clearlove is looking for these engagements on more priority targets than something like a Lysandra, but he's not able to find it, especially in the face of Braum. So much CC is able to lock him down, even with the Crystal Shrine, as well as the Whimsy. He's not able to make it connect.
This is no good targets for Amazing J's ulti. Elise is not good, Zatai's not good, Oriana's probably not great. We'll see this again, though.
Again, look at the fact that Clearlove's locked up. Mako does manage to get to the backline and find a 3-man ultimate, but there's 0 follow-up damage.
The emphasis on trying to get down the Lysandra was the biggest factor there, and he lives for so long that he has the biggest impact in this fight while the rest of his team is hitting. You do not let an Oriana or a Kog'Maw free hit, and if you're focusing the Lysandra, you're doing exactly that.
Yep. Got QSS, got Sonya's, got ulti. Easy for Zatai to stay alive, and EDG running out of targets to really use this single target but high impact ultimates on. And all of a sudden the momentum's just stopped.
Yeah, no, it was the Baron. It's suddenly an inhibitor, and all of this control that EDG had is now out the window. This game completely tipped on its head. It's from one fight.
The big thing, though, is this approaching 5th Dragon win condition for Invictus Gaming, and we talk about this all the time. You know, the team with the Dragon coming up, the onus isn't on them to do anything. They just use that as a pressure point to force the enemy team into any sort of disadvantage.
And I guess the funny thing is, EDG, who, like we mentioned, Dragon Control was not that great for quite a while, but the way they used to get around it was by taking Baron and winning the game.
I mean, frankly, Clearlove on this Skarner pick has been entirely lackluster.
But the best part about this Skarner pick, and something that you'll compare to Lee Sin now, is how he is so very relevant in the late stage of this game.
It
and
just takes one.
the reason why is not even that it just takes one, is that there are 2 AP carries that now have a QSS. And what are they going to get? Mercurials? Or are they going to sell that for an AP item? Because they're missing an entire item slot of efficiency right now, out of necessity. And this is that point where if they sell it, Clearlove can get that one in payoff.
Well, IG going to siege up this tower. They'll take it. Baron buff's still there for a little while longer. So EDG going to have to pick their moment well.
Very dangerous here, EDG, but they're still threatening.
Big ultimates to watch for. Where does the Fiora ultimate go on? Who does Clearlove lock up?
The shockwave in.
Deft. Not enough. Wild Growth is there. Clearlove going to get locked up there as well.
Annie.
Huge bear from Mako. Amazing J dives his way in, but the Ty's going to run his way back. Deft firing off in the backline zone. The shields are massive as Ori picks up a double, but Deft is doing so much damage.
Deft is dangerous right now. Kid's not done. But this side, that was a one-man shockwave from Rookie, and they didn't kill Deft. They should have backed up immediately, but they pay for their problems there, their troubles.
They certainly do. EDG, hold on. And this game is crazy tense, and it's such an important one as well. Game 3 of a best of 5, when you split the first 2. We've seen struggles for both teams trying to close out games. They've been very long and very taxing on these players. So to lose here, especially if you're EDG in this spot, we talked about momentum breaking for this side. That could break here. IG have shown so much resilience all series long. And we're not even done, by the way. We have at least one more game after this.
The beauty of this is like the evolution of Invictus Gaming and their team fighting, because their team fighting has been so good. Not just this series, but pretty much since they met EDG for the last time in the regular split of the LPL. Suddenly we just saw this different monster about IG and their 5v5 confidence, but
good
oh
catch.
My goodness.
Cacao could be the one. Dodges the Cocoon. Def is on fire today. Goes off. He's going to kill them through it. Gets one. Kitty's now going to die as Pawn gets the first kill. That's going to force the flash out, but that might be the opening EDG needed.
That is exactly the opening EDG needed right there. Kitties tries his best to save his teammate who was completely out of position, but it's Pawn who picks up that kill with the Q off the top of Braum's head. And suddenly they're now up a member, and they have control of the map again. But Dragon, 1 minute 50 also. It's going to be number 5 if Invictus Gaming can
Cacao's going to be back as well.
Just the power pick of Braum, though. I know that Def's playing out of his mind, but the amount of damage.
Oh, yeah. Def does not care.
Oh,
Shockwave hits. Wild Growth is good. He actually gets it. Kid takes him out, but they're going to dive in. They get Kid. They're looking for Zatai. Donnie's popped in there as well. Kitty's round near the tower is going to go down. Amazing J. Big play.
So much is expended to take Def on the map, but did Invictus Gaming pay for it with the series?
They might have, and Hip's going to fall. EDG in a very topsy-turvy endgame might look to close this out. Rookie does not have his Shockwave. Clearlove is so tanky, and Rookie needs to buy some time. Clearlove wants to ulti, but he doesn't have it. They're going to try and finish it.
There is no way that Rookie can deal with this right now. He's gone for Cleanse as a QSS. His damage is not high enough.
Stun will miss. They're going to keep going. Cacao is here. They need to kill everyone, but it's too many. Lulu's there. The damage is done. EDG somehow pull out that game.
Invictus Gaming expend so many cooldowns to delete Def from the map, and in the end, it costs them the game. Amazing J and Clearlove just wrecking through the backline.
One-man Shockwaves. The story of this game could have been so much more. Invictus Gaming, they had the victory.
So did EDG, apparently, so I don't know what to think anymore.
It was there,
though.
They did. It was presented. And then the Shockwave and Lulu.
Both teams had very clear moments in that game where you would look at that position and say, this is a winning position. Think about it like chess.
Yeah.
It's a winning position. You just have to make the right moves to get to the actual spot where you win. And both teams fell over towards the finish line, and it's EDG that stumbled across it face first on the back of a little playgret called Twitch.
This is the closest best of 5 I think the LPL has had all year. This is an insane. I've never seen a back and forth this intense. Typically, even like Chaogu versus Invictus Gaming, it was one stomp versus the other stomp.
Yeah.
And these 3 games, we've gone almost a best of 5 length as far as game times go. These have been very fun, but very long games.
The average game time in the LPL is 34 minutes, and we've now had 2 back-to-back games that were, you know, plus
50 plus minutes?
50 plus
47,
minutes.
50, yeah.
This is close to double the time that we're used to seeing in the LPL. This is unusual.
It certainly is. So the things we're seeing, so it's a lot of the fun that we've been having. But let's get a little bit more from one more crazy game as we pop back out to the War Room.
Thank you so much, guys, and a fantastic set